What's going on, everybody? It's the Super Robot, and today we're going to look at some wonderful pictures of the, let me get it right, Age of the Primes, Titan class, Star Optimus Prime. But for the rest of the video, because I don't know this character as a Star Optimus Prime, he will be referred to as Star Convoy because that's his name. All right? And if you don't like that, well, don't watch the video. Because I'm going to call him Star Convoy for the rest of the video. These pictures come from my homie NOTRAB. No, I don't know him. But he makes wonderful pictures. He takes wonderful pictures, and we always put it up for you guys for display. And this way you can make a more informed decision and see other factors of the toy if you so choose to desire. So today we're going to look at more pictures of Star Convoy. And I know a lot of you are like, how many times we got to look at Star Convoy? We're going to look at it some more because you know it's getting ready to come out. And so we want to look at some of the details. And a lot of the pictures are, these pictures are nice and clear. NOTRAB to me is one heck of a professional when he takes these pictures. So, and it's got little water bead droplets on it and stuff, man. It's all looking good and stuff. Well, you about to be in for a treat watching this damn video today. But y'all boy know how I go. We show the pictures. We always start with the vehicle mode first, and then we're going to take it on down to robot mode. So let's begin. We have the Star Convoy in this vehicle mode along with the little van. And you also get that van if you had the original Star Convoy and Sky Gary. Sky Gary also comes with those little light vans. I like how they look, you know, it's always kind of cool as well. And yes, the van does store, and it stores something else in the van too. So now I always look at Star Convoy as being very, very much more larger than he is because we have Hot Rod as a micron, you know, or a minicon, but I always thought that that was just his actual size, and Star Convoy is just that big. But then I don't know. I didn't read much of the you know, Operation Combiner and all that stuff anyway. Just bits and pieces there. I just mostly bought the figures from those lines when they did the reissue of the mini-cons back in, well, the mini-bots that combined back in 2001, 2002, 2003, the blind box sets. And then later on, KB Toys actually sold the special versions as regular at KB Toys. So you could have gotten, I think, the Superion looking combiner and also the Constructicon one, which is actually a recolor because he's actually a different color if you got the Japanese version. So here he is in his base mode, and there is Hot Rod there. He actually sits inside of him as if he's controlling him. Later on, we go in the video, we're going to see how the chest opens up, and that's very good as well. So you also have a lot going on here. You've got Rodimus in the chest sitting with the Star Matrix thingy between his legs. That don't sound right, but anyway. Now here he is shooting the gun, and you know, he's the gunner. And he's like lifted off the ground, like he's on a platform. Almost looks invisible. But I guess you kind of peg him in somewhere. So that looks pretty good too. Again, the nice subtle hits and raindrops make this look all the more subtle. I love that. And here he is in his grandiose robot mode. And I gotta say, I'm ready to get this guy. Yeah, I gotta catch up on some things, but you know I'll be back on track. Still got some things coming in. Very posable. This is the new Titan class. So the new Titan class is smaller. And I knew a lot of people were wondering if they were going to do any other classes. There are no other classes because Supreme equals Titan. There's not an emissary between Titan and Commander, and there never was. In fact, Supreme is Titan now. Basically, Supreme was what Titan is now. They never were. Supreme was never one step below. It's just Titan was the new name. Now, moving on from that, but there is the Rodimus Prime right there. If you just saw that, here's more pictures of Star Convoy. And I love how you can store the legs, inside the legs, the van. And the van kind of sits in there like that. So that's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, he's a base. He's kind of has some hollow points. And he's not as big as a full-size Titan, you know, in the close to 2-foot class, but he's big enough to be way above Commander class. And I think that's good. And I believe the price is $149. Now, could that be the case for Omega Prime, that he could have been Commander class? Stay tuned for that. We'll talk about that as I go in depth on that. I still have to work on that review, but right now it's been so much stuff going on, I forgot to really go back to it. I do need to finish that because there's some things I want to discuss. I know it's not going to get traction, but it's more or less to provide information on, you know, whether Commander class or not, you know, and we have the figures to look at. I mean, this thing looks good. We needed an updated version of Star Convoy besides the repaint of the Power of the Primes Optimus Prime, which was also a Target exclusive, which that one isn't actually bad. The inner robot is actually one of the stars of the show more than combining it. But this just looks more like the character, but just more updated. And I like that better than what we got with that one. The other one, of course, is the original. There was a reissue. I've never been a fan of Star Convoy because he's just basically a rolling base. You just stand him up. I did see him a few times. Somebody had him on display at some of the conventions, and one of the stores I go to, they did have an original, like the OG one, not the reissue, Star Convoy on display for a few times you went there. Again, it looked great to be able to see the figure, but I didn't get excited. So you see how the chest opens up, and then the tires fold in to have like a chest, and you could open it up. And then when you open it up inside, you see Rodimus, and I think that's pretty cool. Rodimus's colors is always going to stand out. So yeah, this is going to be a fun toy when you get your hands on it. So yeah, those of you that really want to get this Star Convoy, you're going to be pleased. I can't wait to get it. I want to, see how the plastic quality is on the new Titan class, as far as, is it just as durable as the full-size Titan? Does it carry the quality of Commander class? Commander class has a very excellent quality. And for now, as far as Commander class, we still get our money's worth as far as materials and things like that. So, and this is like I'm saying, this is just for me, I've got the toy in my hand. I've got different toys in my hand, and I can tell you, the feel of the plastic. Commander class plastic, especially on the later issues that we got, like the Armada, Optimus Prime, the what's the other guy? The Magmatron, very good. So, and comparing that to Omega Prime, they did good. It's wonderful. But this, I want to know more, because this is going to be a new size, which means that we could get other figures that wouldn't quite be the Titan size to come in this size and price point, which I think is comparable and fair. So what are your thoughts? Leave them down in the comments below. We've seen many pictures of Star Convoy, but how do you feel about him now after seeing the pictures from NOTRAB? Let me know in the comments. It's Super Robot Ed, bringing more news reveals to them. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.